All right. It's your boy T Bush, and today we're doing Viking coilovers install, step by step. So any little questions you guys might have on putting these bad boys together and how they're being put together, I'm going to go step by step. The end result will look like this. Ooh, nice and sexy. Oh yeah. And I'll throw some things out there because there's some things you have to do to these coilovers. That way the warranty's not voided, so I'll go over that too. So to get the coilover to look like that, we'll jump right in it. First off, we have our sexy Viking coilover. Bam. All right. And then we have all the rest of the components to make it work. So just going to run through this, open the box, and the first thing you see, this big red label saying if you do not, adjust it to the right height or failure to put the proper sealant on there, you will void the warranty. So please read this before you start assembling this thing. Here's our T-bolt and our little sleeve. So I'm gonna put all this together. The cool thing is you only need two tools or two things to put these the front. By the way, I didn't mention that we're doing the front. We're starting with the front coils. The only thing you need to put these together is some antiseize. This is what I'm using, and some snap ring pliers. So, and then we have our beautiful coil. All right. So to get started, first thing you want to do is extend the shock, right? Because they compress it for packing purposes. So the first thing you want to do is pull this bad boy all the way out like that. Next thing you want to do is you're going to take this guy. Where is it? Ah, here it is. You're going to take this first collar, right? There's two collars. All right, you want to take the first collar. It has a step on it. See that step right there? That step faces up. So we're going to install it, and we're going to go all the way down, right? Bam. And this is a double adjustable, by the way. This unit is for a body, so a Chevelle El Camino, which this is going on the LSX El Camino. I'll show you guys some more of that in another video. So after you install this first collar, then you want to install the second collar. All right, this first one's the locking collar, right? And then this is the one that the coil is going to actually sit on. So we're going to press that bad boy all the way down there. All right, till they touch. Bam. Cool. Now this is where your warranty, your voided warranty comes in if you don't do it right. And basically you have this little bearing here, right? This is what makes the adjusting this coilover easy once it's all installed on the car. These little roller bearings right here, they'll change your life. They'll make it like night and day. But what you have to do is you have to apply some antiseize to it, and that's so there's no galling or there's no binding on the actual coilover or the bearing when you do the install. So what you want to do is just put some antiseize on the part that's going to touch. So just a nice little light coat. I'm going to do it on both the washer. I'm just going to put it on the washer itself, and then I'm going to smooth it out. Smooth it on out. All right, so get that on there, and then the part with the anti-seize, I'm going to face it up, install it down like so, glam, and then I'm going to take the little bearing here. I'm gonna put some on that. I'm actually gonna put it on both sides. So let's see here. Excuse the cell phone ringing in the background. I should have put it on airplane mode. So what you want to do again is just put some of this on both sides, right? Make sure it's good. you can never lube it enough. So bam, and then we install the top side, right? Okay, so we'll install some on the top, face that down. All right, now we have that part. So now we want to install, this is called the T-bar, and this is the collar that the T-bar sits in. So basically what you want to do is you want to put this little collar in the center first, and then it comes with some snap rings. So what we're going to do is just simply put that collar in like so. All right, get some of this stuff off. Stuff gets everywhere. Next off, what we're going to do is take our 1 second. The cell phone keeps ringing. Okay, I'm back. So, all right, put my sexy glove back on. Okay, here we go. All right. All right, I'm back. So, next off, what we want to do is install our snap rings. That way, it keeps this collar in place so it doesn't move out. It'll stay where it needs to be. So I'm just going to use my snap ring pliers here to install it. Okay, like so. I gotta change my position. Just bear with me 1 second. All right. Whew, it's kind of windy around here. All right. So now it's snap ring time. So I'm just going to compress this snap ring in here. Okay, that's the first side. Now I'll do the second side. Get a little closer so you guys can see. Bam. So, and then just make sure, just double check, make sure it's actually in the groove. My groove is out just a little bit, so I need to just tweak it just a hair to get it all the way up. Bam, there it is. So now that collar is in there, it's not coming out at all. Now what we want to do is put in our T-bar. T-bar, T-boat, Viking calls it one of the two names. But we want to put that in place, and then we have a second pair of snap rings, and you can't mix them up. The big snap rings are to keep the collar in. The smaller snap rings are to keep this T-bar in place so it doesn't slide out. of place. So that's what these are going to do. So now let me just switch my snap ring plier setup one more time. And now I'm going to install them on the T-bar, and then that will be it. So okay, first one's in place. Okay, now I'm gonna do the second one. Okay, here goes the second one. So I'm just gonna snap that in place, like so. Good, cool. And now the only thing that's left, actually it's the second part that will void your warranty if you don't do it. You want to apply some antiseize on these grooves here. They recommend you put the antiseize on the area that you're going to use once you start adjusting the ride height. I'm just for safety reasons, I'm going to just take this coat of antiseize and I'm going to apply it around the whole coil. And then once this is all done, I'll clean it up and I'll remove any extra antiseize on there, just so that it, you know, the presentation looks good. So for now, I'm just going to doctor it up and just kind of put it around the whole coil here. That way I know, you know, there's no chance of this galling, and it doesn't void the warranty at all. So yep, just lather it up, give it all nice and lubey, and the final step, set this down. We'll put our 2 bolts in, but these bolts will go in the lower control arm, and then there's the locking washers. There's 2 locking washers that'll install at the bottom once this goes into the lower control arm. And then last step is ta-da, the actual coil. So what you do is just slide the coil on top like that, and you're done. And then once you get it all installed, then you can play around with your adjustments, and then you have your double adjusters here, double adjustment knobs here for your pressure, your rebound, and that's it. That's installing a Viking coilover for a body, Chevelle, El Camino, and I believe Cutlass too. Yeah, so hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys on the next video.